This is all about making sure that they can say something on ESPN and everybody can, just talk. I don't really get into rumors and what guys are saying because as long as I'm watching the games, I'm at the practices, and I see how we perform, that's what I'm concerned about. When you have 2 point guards like Ball and Rondo, we don't have to have LeBron using the ball, having the ball in his hands all the time. And so you're right. We're trying to make sure that we watch his minutes, but also that we don't run everything through him, because now it is Cleveland all over again, and we don't want that.
Well, Magic Johnson says he doesn't get into the rumors, but he was refuting earlier today on SiriusXM NBA radio the report that ESPN put out that LeBron has been ignoring Luke Walton's play calls. Welcome back to Game Time. Shaq now with us. Kenny Smith, Jared
He's ignoring him?
Well,
totally ignoring him?
Well, since Rondo,
since
Rondo has gone out, LeBron clearly has taken over more of the ball handling responsibility. So does it appear, the report said that scouts are saying that LeBron's not even looking to...
Oh, scouts are saying it.
Because you know why? And Kenny was like this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kenny. When you know what you're doing, when you run the team, you don't have to look to coach like a baby every time. We know if we miss, we're getting out on the break. I know what plays to call. I know what to do. I've never seen Kenny look at Tom Donovan because Kenny knew I'm bringing it to the right side. This is where Keem like it. It's not there. Kick it, boom it back. You don't have to look at the coach every time.
Well, I mean, the greatest points guards in the world would never look at the bench on every possession.
Steve Nash never looked at my
But what you do is, prior to the game, I'm sure that, playing with Dean Smith, I'll go back to even college. So we would come in before the game, day of game, point guard meeting. Okay, here's the 4 plays we're going to run. And I want 2/3 of this play, back B2. I want 2/3 of this defense, our 30-40 defense. And so So now in your mind as a calculator, I'm like, okay, I haven't run this in 2 or 3 plays, and I just call B2. I call, B1, just because I hadn't done it. But I already had in my mind the number of times that I was going to run it through in that game and the number of times defensively of calls I would run. So I didn't have to look. And every now and then he'd be like, oh, and I was like, he's like, I was going to call that. I'm already got you. And so that's what you do. You never really
the larger picture here, Shaq, as you know.
But it's scouts.
What this is feeding into is the job security of Luke Walton, which has been questioned by everybody since LeBron came to L.A. because LeBron and Luke Walton don't have a history, and Magic didn't hire Luke Walton.
Well, I also...
Listen, it's part of, the basketball of business. And, of course, when LeBron comes into the picture, everybody wants things to be, rush, and we want to do this. We all know that this is an experimental year. If they make the playoffs, it's good. If they don't make the playoffs, we're not as mad as we should be.
If LeBron doesn't make the playoffs, we're okay with it?
We're okay with it this year because now that, that he's there in L.A., the summertime is coming up. If you can get 1 or 2 free agents, LeBron's going to get on the phone, Rich, Maverick, all those boys are going to get on the phone. They're going to be calling all these big-time guys to come up. The second year of LeBron in L.A. is
the biggest. And I'll add one more thing because it said scouts. Because one year at North Carolina, if I called a play, it wasn't a play. And if I didn't say anything, that meant it was a play based on what my movements are. Right. And Coach would get, you should see the scouts, Kenny. They're writing down this stuff. So as a scout, the Lakers might have plays that aren't verbal. So once I say something verbal, it might just be freelance.
And then, truthfully speaking, the guy been to the finals, the last 8 years in a row?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what
he ain't got to look at nobody.
No doubt.